Welcome to the Be Real Podcast. We're outgrowing, giving ourselves grace, giving ourselves gratitude, because this healing shit is not for the motherfucking weak. Y'all already know who I got here. You want to introduce yourself real quick?
Hey, y'all. I'm Trina, and I'm here again.
Back again. You're going to see her again and again and again. This week, we are talking about boundaries. I'm not really good at setting boundaries, guys. So that's why we're talking about it today. But before we go into boundaries, we're going to play a game. We're trying a new game. We're going to try to play charade. Well, it's been a long week, so we have to improvise. Let's see. Which one should we do? Should we try animals? Or emotions?
I don't really know a lot about animals.
Try emotions and feelings?
Yeah.
Okay, let's try this
That's
one.
my specialty.
You want to go first?
You can go.
Okay. All right, let's go. Place on forehead.
Girl, I don't even know what that word means.
I
I don't even know what that word means. No, it didn't flip up yet.
think I can flip it up. Did that say that?
You don't know about it, and we say you having a party, but you don't know about it.
Surprise.
Yeah. You are grieving. It's a word that you can use for somebody grieving.
Somebody that's grieving. Sad.
Not sad.
Emotional.
No. I don't know another adjective first. I was about to say it.
For
Go to the next one. Oh, we do this a lot. It's kind of like dark jokes, but you're being funny, but it's really like you playing, but
what
it's
did it
serious.
say? Sarcasm. Oh, okay. Let's say all dicks. Let's play this dick again. Okay, my turn. Well, that's hard. Sorrow. Who uses that word?
I don't know.
Yes. Press start. They be saying it at church. No. It's another word for happy.
Joy.
Yep.
Down or up?
I think it's up. Oh, dang, it's down. Go up. I can't explain that. I need it now. Like, I can't wait.
Impatient.
Yep. Go down, down, down.
Oh, shit. Laughing. Akiki.
No, you said it, but it's the different.
Joking.
No, you said it, but it's a different word. Like, it's the same word, but it's like.
Cackling.
No. What you just say? This the one that started with an L. You said it already.
Laughing.
Yeah, but it's
Joking.
it's still, I don't know how to explain it.
What was it?
Laughter.
Oh.
I don't know how to explain it. It said I got 0 words, but I really got what? 2?
Yeah.
2, yeah. And we charades, we gotta practice.
Mm-hmm,
we gotta practice that. But you know, we always gotta play a game. All right, now let's get into today's episode. Well, actually, I usually always get into it where it's like we're pouring into each other, but I want to pour into you. I said pour into, I just pour into everybody to come onto the show. And I brought you a gift today.
Did you?
This is for you. Oh. So I actually have like she's like my sister. She lives in Atlanta. She had just came out with journals, and I had bought 2. And I'm like, I'm gonna get a second one to somebody, and I'm like, I should get a gift for Patreon today. And so it's a gratitude journal. I feel like this fits you.
And she got me one like, what was that, New Year's years ago? I still use it. And like my whole pregnancy, I was using that. Shout out to Ray. Yeah, I've been using it for a long time.
I feel like gratitude journal definitely fits you.
Yeah, I like this.
I got one too. I'm like, let me order 2, support my sis, and then I'm like, let me give one away because I'm not gonna use both of them. So if y'all want to purchase,
I like thoughtful gifts though.
Yes, if y'all want to purchase, I'll put it in the link in my that's the sponsor for this week. Gratitude journal. Y'all need to be more grateful.
And it's like workshops and stuff in here too. Like your weekly little.
And I feel like sometimes in your journal you kind of be like,
I needed this.
You kind of be pouring out like, you know, kind of be like dishing out how you feel, but it could be sometimes it's you forget to like say what you're grateful for, you know? Mm-hmm. Like, I feel like that's the good part. You gotta always be grateful for something. But just really quick, you know, I love you.
I love you back.
And I just feel like, I don't know, I feel like ever since you had, I'm gonna say, ever since you had Raylan, that's my daughter. Ever since you had JC, you've been way like softer. You have. Like, I feel like you didn't let down some guards.
I have.
You have. And I love that for you. But I feel like kids do that.
She definitely brought out my soft spot. Like,
yeah, and
sure.
I love how she is with you. I love how you dress her. I said her little hair was cute at the birthday party with her butterflies in her hair. I just love how you always have cared yourself. That's why I got you on the show today, because it's like, I was just talking to Chaz about this. Like, I don't have boundaries. Like, boundaries is something so hard for me to do, but that's something I always admire about you, where you gonna say what you gotta say. And it's like, it's not even coming from an ill place. Like, you don't say it from an ill will, but it's like, this is how I feel, and I'm not going to make myself uncomfortable to make you comfortable. So, like, I really love that you do that, and I'm glad that you're a good example for everybody in our friend group that does need to apply that, because I don't really do it that much. So, yeah, I love you for being that. And people don't be like, oh, how your friend be an example? I feel like we all examples for each other in different ways, but, like, that's how you a good example for me. Like, where that's something that you need, and you don't let nobody like throw your energy off. Like, but I feel like when you have boundaries, that's when you saying like, no, this is what I'm allowed and this is what I'm not gonna allow. You know, so I really admire you for that, friend. I really
Thank
do.
you.
I really do. So that's why we talking about boundaries today. So you ready?
I'm ready.
So I feel like we think a person that don't have boundaries and a person that have boundaries think two different ways. So I'm gonna come from my perspective on how I think, and you come from your perspective on how you think. So, like, why is setting boundaries so important to you? Like, why is that something that you feel like you gotta do?
I feel like you gotta set boundaries, or people will try to run all over you. They'll try to run all over you if you don't set boundaries. So, yeah.
Yeah, and then from my mindset, somebody that's like, I would say people pleaser. I would say this, because I feel like if you don't set boundaries, you're a people pleaser. It's like, I'd be scared of like somebody being mad at me, or like, I don't like confrontation. Like, I will be confrontational, but I don't like it. Like, I don't want to cause like you to not like me, or you to be upset with me, or me to disappoint you. So I'll make myself uncomfortable to make you comfortable. But I'm learning that's not good.
Yeah, and I feel like you can't mess up what's in your alignment. Like, if somebody for you, they could be mad today, but it's like, shit, I said what I said. You like it or you don't. But if they for you, where they going?
Nowhere. And then that's the thing. People be like, if you set a boundary and somebody leave and they not
want for you.
Yeah, they not for you. So it's just kind of like you trying to please everybody, just to make sure that everybody else good, but you putting yourself on a back burner. And I catch myself doing that a lot. And then it's just like, because I feel like people be like, oh, healing journey. I always say the healing journey is not linear. Like, it's so many times where I be feeling like, oh, I'm good, I'm setting boundaries to people, and then I fall off. Like, if I really fuck with you, sometimes it kind of be like, oh, I can just like sweep that up under the rug.
Mm-hmm.
But then it's
do
like,
that kind of from time to time, but it's just kind of like,
I get to sweeping too much shit up under the rug. That's the problem. I get to be like, okay, well, I did it once, I did it again. But then it's like, I feel like with me, if I don't say something, it just builds up. It builds up. It builds up. And then when I do say something, I be like, damn, girl, well, why you ain't being said something? But it's just like, now I'm mad and I'm saying the shit fucked up, you know?
mm-hmm, your delivery.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So for somebody that doesn't know how to set boundaries, like, how do you set boundaries? Like, are you nice about it? Do you feel like you're nice about it?
I wouldn't say I'm nice about it or mean about it, but I mean what I say. Mm-hmm. So if I say something, that's how I feel.
And you don't feel sorry about it after you say it?
No.
How do you get there? I swear to God, I set a boundary today, and it was kind of like, I do struggle with setting a boundary and making sure, like I'm not trying to be in control. Mm-hmm. You know, because I feel like sometimes boundaries and trying to be in control can, like, coincide, and it's like, I don't want to do that, basically. But I set a boundary today, and my motherfucking chest is about to come out of my heart. Like, my heart about to come out of my chest. I said that backwards. That's how you know it was hard. Like, my heart was beating so fast because I just really did not know, or I did not want to upset that person. Like, I don't want that person to think I'm coming from ill will. But we've had experiences in the past, so it's kind of like I really don't want to turn out how it did in the past, and that'll scar me too. Like if I do set a boundary and then a person reacts a certain way, I'm like, I'm not never saying nothing ever again because you acting crazy.
But I feel like sometimes you can set a boundary and somebody else might not like what you're saying, and that's okay. That's okay, but you're not for me.
I really have to get to that point because, and that's my problem. I want everybody to be for me. I don't want everybody.
Everybody ain't gonna be for you, and sometimes you can love people to death. I just made a little post about that, and I was like, you can love people to death from arm's reach, like, you know what I mean? Like, set your boundaries. They ain't gotta be in your face all the time. You can love them from a distance.
Yeah. I don't know. That's something I really got to work on. So let's practice. Let me say, what's something I was trying to set a boundary for? So let's just say friends. Because I feel like you set boundaries with us. We know you. I remember I called her once. I ain't going to take out a whole backstory. People just run shit in your room. People trying to make shit out of context. But I remember I called you and I was like, can I come to your house? Da, 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 da.
Oh,
but I wasn't by myself, but I was in a rush. She talking about, Raven, you know I
what I say, Raven?
You said, Raven, you know I don't like people at my house like that. And I'm like, I was already pushing it, already after her, but I'm like, fuck, let me just ask her to see. And I'm like, nah, her like, nah, we can't even. If I was by myself, I know you're right with me, like, it's cool. But
yeah, of course.
I'm like, but that was a boundary, but after you said it, I ain't feeling the type of way. So it's kind of like, girl, you can set a boundary.
Yeah, because it's like you said, y'all know how I am. So it's not nothing personal when you know how somebody is.
But then it's like, if I'm not like that, and then I start setting boundaries, that person like, oh,
you ain't wrong. What they say, you ain't wrong, friend.
Now you ain't changed. You different. You acting weird, you know?
No. I feel like, no. And if you're like, oh, they'll try to be like, you're acting like a bitch.
Yeah.
No, you trying to run all over me. You can't. Now you're mad.
Yeah.
So, no, it's no such thing as that. Acting like a bitch. Because you know I'm nice. I'm a sweetheart. Yeah. But at the same time, I'm me.
Yeah, and I think that's just what it is. And it's like, I feel like, but it's like, I was asking myself, like, where does this come from? I had even asked my mama because I had talked to her. She was like, I don't know where you get that soft shit from.
Because Miss Angie don't play like that.
She don't. She do not play like that. She gonna say what's on her mind and she gonna go on and she don't care.
But everybody is different. Like, just because your mama like that don't mean you gonna be like that. Like, you just a sweetheart.
Yeah, but it's
you don't want to make people. You don't want people to be mad at you. Sometimes you ain't. If they mad, then what? What's gonna change? You still gonna go to sleep at night, ain't you?
I do sleep peacefully.
Okay, so what?
Unless I really, like, if y'all was mad at me, I'm still gonna go to sleep, but I want to fix it, you know?
Yeah,
yeah. I feel like, I don't know why I was researching, because, you know, I'm like, okay, Raven, where did this come from? You know, you be trying to dig deep, like, why, how did you get like this? And I think it's just like, they were saying, like, you fear disappointing somebody, or like you have somebody in authority or somebody, and like, what was they saying? Like, they would say something, and then like you would say something, or like you would try to set a boundary, and then you would disappoint them. I don't know, it was something like that, and it was just kind of like, I don't know. I just feel like I gotta really figure out where it came from, but I feel like it also comes with confidence. Like, when your confidence grow and you like sure of yourself, then it's kind of like, okay, what? Because I don't know. I feel like it just happens with practice. Because I feel like I be doing so good at it, and then I get horrible if I don't do it for a long time. Mm-hmm. Or then it's like it's with a person. Like, if I really like a person, not really dealing with a person, I'll put my own self to the side and be like, okay, you know, I don't know. I just don't want to be that girl no more. And it's just like, for somebody like me, like, what advice would you give them? I know you didn't give advice, but like, what, or like, how can we step into like that, you know, that confidence, like, just.
Honestly, when did my boundaries get strong? I don't know, like, I feel like I always been how I am. Like if I say no, that means no.
Do you know where you got that from?
Where did that come from? Shit, I don't know. I can't even tell you.
You just like, I always been a boundary type of bitch. I'm not. But I love that because it's like, if you don't set boundaries, like you said, motherfucker just walking all over you.
Mm-hmm. And the only people that don't like boundaries when you set them is people who ain't for you, and they the people that want to get over on you.
So
and that's how, like, the people that I do clash with is because I set a boundary, they don't like it. Because 9 times out of 10, I don't really have conflict with people unless, you know, we're meshing. But yeah, it be the people that want to get over on you that don't accept boundaries for people.
So if you do set a boundary and conflict comes, how do you deal with it?
If I'm not in the wrong, I mean, I'm going to ignore it.
How you know if you in the wrong or not?
One thing about me, if I'm wrong, I'll apologize. I'll really self-reflect, like, well, was you wrong in this situation? I want to hear that person now, like, how they feel about the situation. But if I know I'm not wrong and you trying to play, like, I'm not wrong, so no, I'm not about to feel no way about it.
Yeah. I get that. It's like, you gotta hold yourself accountable.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like, that's how I feel. Like, sometimes I'll be wrong. It's hard apologizing, too, but it's like, it gotta be done.
I mean, I don't mind apologizing, honestly.
It's been hard for me, but recently I apologized to a person, but I feel like they did something wrong, too. But I'm the type of person, I'm not gonna call you out on your shit, especially once I'm wiping my hands with it. I'm gonna just apologize for my part and then go on. And it's just for you to acknowledge your own part, and you ain't even gotta apologize for me. I'm just apologizing just so it's not connected to my character.
You can have a clear heart about the situation.
It makes me feel more at peace because, like, that's not the type of person I wanted to show up as, and I just want to communicate that to you, like, hey, this is how this happened, da, da, da. But it's also with me embracing being imperfect. Like, I'm not perfect. I'm not gonna always show up perfect. I'm not gonna always do everything right, and that's my new slogan. I'm not perfect, but I'm worth it.
Yeah.
I'm not perfect, but I'm worth it, boo. So do you set boundaries differently with different people?
Yeah.
So, how do
you can't, I mean, everybody's different.
Because, like, with parents, like, how do you set a boundary?
You know I set boundaries with my parents, too.
I'm horrible at that. Like, I'm like, so I'm in a process, a process. I mean, it's just kind of like, when that process is over and I do have to set boundaries with my parent, it's like, I don't want them to feel like I'm being, like, mean or ungrateful or unappreciative,
You just got to have that talk with them, I feel like, because it'll be new for you, but just communicate that.
Yeah. And I think that's what it is.
You got to learn how to communicate.
Communication is the key. It's like, just say how you feel. And
say, like, I'm in a space right now where I just don't want to be bothered, or, it's okay to
it's
not.
Nothing personal with you. Like, I still love you. We can do something or something like that. But I don't want to be, like,
not today or not right now. Yeah. I don't want to be bothered.
Yeah. I think we're just unfolding some stuff because my problem is communication. Like, I hate when somebody communicates horribly with me, but when my feelings is hurt, I just shut down. Or, like, if I got to set a boundary, I'll just shut down. And I feel like that's not the best way. I feel like that's unhealthy, too.
I'm not really a great communicator either, as I thought I was, honestly, because I do the same thing. Like, you not saying what I want to hear, or it's not, I'll shut down, too, until I feel like I want to talk sometimes. And that's not good, because it's like shit can build up, and it wasn't even that deep, but you made it that deep, because you...
And then I feel like it's like...
It's in your head. It's all in your head.
You're overthinking it.
Yeah.
But then it's like, I feel like sometimes when you come to somebody about something and you set a boundary, or you trying to tell the person, like, how you feel, and they kind of like, this is my thing. If I tell you one time and then your response is fucked up, that shuts me down all the way. Like let's say, for example, you go to a nigga and you just trying to communicate to him, like, hey, I really don't like that you did this. Like, can you work on that? Of course, with niggas, you gotta say stuff differently. You really shouldn't say, I don't like that you did this, but, like, this made me feel this type of way, and da 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 da. And then, like, if a nigga be like, oh, you tripping with me, I don't like that.
But you gotta understand, some people don't even know how to take accountability. So you can't even force that. You know how they are. So what you gonna try to force them to take accountability for? You know
So
how
you
they
should
are.
just going on.
Act accordingly.
So, what is that, tit for tat though?
Not tit for tat, but you gotta know how to deal with them.
Yeah. Because once I get to expressing how I feel, then you playing like I'm. Because it's like, it didn't like I didn't grew so much from that. So it's kind of like, I'm tripping.
Yeah, not tit for tat, but just act accordingly.
Yeah, just going on, and that's so it don't affect your energy. So going into the next thing, I want to talk about when it comes to boundaries. Like I've noticed when I don't set boundaries, it affects my energy. Like it'll be heavy on me. Like, and then I'm just like, my problem is I always ask like, person, do you think I'm wrong? Like we was just talking about a situation. Am I wrong? Like that's my biggest thing. Like so how, like, cause I'm like, I guess you just never know if you're wrong anyway until you just do it. And then if you is wrong or if a person comes to you and they tell you from their perspective, you're like, I didn't mean it like that. Mm-hmm. That's all you can do. I feel like my problem is I be saying with Be Rare, oh, I want to be not perfect, but at the same time, I mean, I'm imperfect, and Be Rare is about not being perfect and just being your authentic self. But at the same time, I be trying to be perfect in my head. I be trying to show up perfect and I make a mistake.
You ain't gotta show up perfect. Show up as you.
Yeah.
Y'all know shit. Some days y'all get moody me. Some days y'all get happy me. And some days y'all might get spontaneous. I don't know. But
yeah, but we love all parts of you.
Yeah.
And that's I get.
There's no such thing as trying to show up perfect. Show up as who you are. And if they fuck with you, they gonna accept it.
Yeah.
I'm not saying don't show up fucked up though as a fucked up person.
No.
But yeah.
Show up fucked up. No,
yeah. Show up as you are. And the people that's for you gonna be in alignment with that.
Yeah, but don't put yourself last. That's what I'm learning. It's crazy. These conversations like really help me unfold a lot within myself. Like as I'm talking to you, it's like a lot of stuff that God is bringing to me.
Yeah.
I'll be like, damn, God. Well, I mean, dang, God.
Not
damn. Dang, God. I mean, he know my heart.
The whining.
He know my heart. Yeah, it's just like, dang. Like, I've only been selling myself short the whole time.
It's life.
Yeah.
It happens.
Yeah.
And go on.
But now it's just like, okay, girl.
Yeah.
I'm still be scared.
Everything is trial and error in life. Ain't no rules.
Yeah. And you have your own business. So how do you set boundaries in business?
What you mean?
Like with your clients and stuff. Is it different?
It is different. I mean, I don't really mix business with friendship.
Okay. So
if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like I wouldn't mind. Some of my clients have grown to be like family to me. But you know, that's more of like one-on-one type of relationships with certain people. But like all your clients, you don't have that type of relationship with. So sometimes you just got to keep it strictly just professional, strictly business. And some of them like, oh, it is kind of like a free-for-all. We can't kick it. We can, you know, they cool. So yeah.
So you just like, I just got to know where you will place you where you get, and then make it clear where we stand.
Yeah.
Clarity. When you communicate boundaries, you're being clear. That's how you know that's God. God don't bring you confusion. He bring you clarity.
He don't. Anything that's confusing is
ain't
usually,
for you.
Yeah. Fucked up.
Have you ever set a boundary? Have you ever not set a boundary?
Yeah.
And then
plenty of times.
Where like
and then you anytime I didn't set a boundary when I know I should have, you be played. You played. You be played.
I'm not gonna play all in your face.
You be played. It's okay, but it's just like shit.
And then after you don't set the boundary, you be like, I'm the type of person I'll be myself and like, bitch, you should have been said something.
I don't really be. I'm the type I be caring, but I don't really be giving a fuck.
I didn't get like that.
Well, it's another day. Life goes on.
Nigga didn't play, but
learn your lesson. You know shit.
Once a month. Don't let me get the ball back in my court though, cause I'm gonna get to dribbling, playing.
You got to get a better nigga, bigger bag.
Okay, hello. That's what it is. It's always something better out there. But don't take what you have for granted either. Because I feel like people be chasing better all the time. But don't take what you have, what's good for granted.
And the grass ain't always green on the other side either. So Love on the people that love on you.
Mm-hmm. Go
That's
where you
it.
and that with boundaries. Go where you celebrate it, please. Because I be feeling like sometimes with these boundaries, we trying to go somewhere where a motherfucker showing us friends, family, showing us like it's not reciprocated. So then it's like you depleted because you steadily trying to pour, and it's like, no. I don't even know if I just made sense. Did I make sense?
You lost me. You lost me.
It's the one. It's the one.
You lost me.
I knew I had lost myself. I had lost myself.
You was getting on to something.
Where was I going? You go ahead. You was
getting
what
on
was
to
I
something.
even saying? I didn't forget. It's been a
You
long-
was on something. You said you gotta go to the people basically that's loving on you.
Yeah.
And then after that, I don't know what you start talking about,
I don't
girl.
know what I was trying to go with that, but basically y'all get the gist. Go where you celebrate it. That's it.
And not tolerate it.
No, don't. Mm-mm. We already talked about why we feel boundaries are important. We talked about like not beating yourself up when you don't, like when we don't set boundaries. Like it's life, it happens. I feel like, what else should we talk about when it comes to boundaries? I feel like we covered a lot already. Okay, I feel like we touched on a lot in a shorter period of time, but I feel like boundaries, I don't know, I just really wanted to touch on boundaries because boundaries are important. I don't want to be in a space where a motherfucker's walking all over me no more. I don't want to be in a space where I got to put myself second. I just don't want to be in that space, and I feel like that can go into like relationships. So let's like break it down, like relationships, and then maybe friendships, and then maybe parents. Okay, so with relationships, I guess we can talk about like what we learned from our past relationships or any relationship, like romantic relationship, where we didn't set a boundary and now we try to do that now. So I know with me, in my past relationships, I was kind of like, I said like I've always been a people pleaser. It was kind of like, I just didn't want to cause no commotion. Like I didn't want to have those hard conversations. And then part of me don't like to have hard conversations because I'm a crier. And when I cry, like I feel like I'm being weak. And sometimes when you cry too much or cry with somebody, they feel like that's a weakness too. And so that'll just make me shut down. But one thing I did learn when it comes to me trying to set boundaries, it's just kind of like just saying how I feel. Even if it does come out like where I'm crying, like I just had a situation, I was like boo-hooing. And I was embarrassed while I was doing it, but after I got done saying how I was feeling and I cried, I actually felt released. Like I feel like I released it. I'm still not comfortable with crying though, like, cause it's just like, I don't know, I feel weak when I cry. But I don't want to get in another relationship where I can't say how I feel, or that person doesn't feel comfortable saying
Like you
how
just
they
want to be in
feel.
your softest element.
Yeah.
And yeah.
I just want to be able, like, even if we gotta, like, I don't know, like, I feel like my next relationship is gonna be like the healthiest relationship I ever been in. Like, even if we can't talk about it, like, we write little letters to each other and we actually read it and get time to digest it, and then, because I feel like emotions be high, especially when you're hearing something from your partner, and then sometimes we look at it as an attack, and it's like, it's not an attack. This person is just telling you how you feel, and that's something that I have to learn. Like, it's not always about you. Like, you looking at it like, oh, I'm looking at it in a negative way, like, oh, okay, he think like he don't love me, or he don't, or this, just think negative, and it's like, it's not an attack. A person is just telling you how you feel. How can you communicate, like, okay, this is how it made me feel, this is what I heard when you said this, like, how can you, and then we can communicate it. I just think communication got to be better, and we got to figure out which way of communication works for us. When I do get in a healthy relationship, that's what I really want to do. That's what I learned from my past relationship with boundaries and communication. It's like, set your boundaries, but learn your person to where you know how to set those boundaries the right way and communicate them the right way, to where you not letting everything build up, and then it's to the point to where now you snapping on them, and now y'all low blowing, and now it's like shit. You really can't come back from what you said. That's what I did. It had to come to me. It took me a minute to come to me, but I used to do that. Like I used to get so mad, let it build up, and then I low blow, and then it's like shit. You just said some shit you really can't come back from, and then now you just said some shit you can come back from, and words pierce, words hurt. So that's something I really want to do. I really want to do better in that area when it comes to boundaries.
Anytime I feel like I lack boundaries, it was because from being understanding. You know, like
Yeah,
I
I wanna
always
be
trying to like,
understood.
you know, trying to understand like, well, they did this because of this, or they young, or you know, just kind of trying to be too understanding, and you can't be understanding. People be knowing what they doing, regardless of whatever situation they in or whatever they going through. So that's anytime I like boundaries, and I got to get better with that. Like, I be trying to be too understanding to other people's scenarios, and it's like, no,
I do that too.
yeah,
Like, well, they only did this because this, and you making excuses for the person. Basically, that's what I be doing. I be having excuses.
I wouldn't even say excuses, because I mean, I'll check your ass, but it's just kind of like, oh, well, they was going through this, but shit, I don't do all that no more. So,
Shit,
yeah.
that's my favorite line. Like, well, I don't think he meant. Give me like a day or two. I mean, I don't think he meant it that way. And you know, him and his mama didn't have the best relationship. Trying to come up with an excuse, but
Oh my
we cool now.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, understanding is definitely my problem. Now that you say that.
Trying to be real understanding, yep. And be there for people. And giving people the benefit of the doubt. That's another thing for me. Yeah.
Yeah, we just try not to. And I feel like when it comes to boundaries, it don't have to be like. I think we need to differentiate boundaries from trying to be in control. Yeah, but I don't really.
And you know what's crazy? I feel like sometimes I be praying over that though, because I do kind of have like a controlling spirit. Like I be wanting stuff to go my way all the time, and it don't work like that. But it's like if it ain't my way, then who way is it?
Hello. Hello. But no, it's like it do be like that. But at the same time, like I know when I have that controlling spirit, because I be feeling like it's like it's a feeling I get. Like I know I'm wrong. Like I know I'm wrong. I'm sorry.
I don't be wrong in that shit.
Not.
I don't be wrong.
It takes too much to try to control. But I do be praying. But I feel like controlling is just trying to, it's just trying to, you can predict what's gonna happen. You know, like you
can't.
Yeah, you really can't. You be thinking you can. Like I really don't know what the fuck's gonna turn out from this, but I feel like I am. But it's like, how do we know if it's control or it's boundaries? I really couldn't tell y'all. Like Trina said, I usually just try to pray to God, like, and I be knowing my intentions. I always go back to my intentions too. Like, is this about you, or is this about this? You know, like I be having to ask myself questions.
Check in.
Yeah, like, girl, what's it really about? Like, what's your intentions when you go about this? I guess I could tell y'all if it's controlling or not, because I feel like I got a little controlling spirit too. But I do try to step out of that because it takes too much to control. But I do like my way. I'm very spoiled. I want shit my way. If you don't do something my way, I do take it very personal. But when I don't know.
I really ain't been having no control issues like in a year. I feel like I've been chilling. I just be letting everything flow now, and I just be. I told y'all I've been in my soft girl area.
Yeah. I feel like I'm in my not soft, but I'm not hard.
You medium.
I'm in the medium. You try me, I
Medium
can get
well.
hard. Medium well. But I'm trying to be soft. But I'm just like, I don't know. I don't want to be controlling. And setting boundaries does not have to be about controlling. I just feel like don't put yourself second to make somebody else happy. Don't make yourself uncomfortable to make somebody else comfortable. And I was thinking about that. Like, boundaries don't always have to be words. It can also be like with body. Like, I feel like with Raylan, people be like, oh, you be making your kid hug somebody or something like that. I'm really trying to learn how to let Raylan set her own boundaries even at 3 years old. Like, if she don't want to hug somebody, why am I telling her to hug them? Because then when she get older, it's kind of like, now my mama told me I got to hug my uncle because it's my uncle. And so that's just her nature because my mama said I got to do it. You know? Like, I don't want to be that person that set boundaries for my kid. And people probably like, well, she's only 3 years old. But I feel like it don't matter how young, that shit stay with you. So it's like, I'm learning how to, like, step back as a mom and just be like, or even learn how to set boundaries as a parent. Because people be trying to tell you how to parent. And that's hard. That's really hard.
You can listen, but I feel like people raise their kids how they raise their kids, and you gonna raise yours how you raise yours. It's no rule book. Like, you can listen, though, because, I mean, they have been here before. They are wiser. So it's okay to take tips and listen, but it's kind of like what worked for your kids may not work for mine.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah. It's hard because people be older, then they take it offensive to it. And then that's when I just be like, okay, you know what, whatever, you know? I don't know. And
It's okay to take criticism, though, too. Like, I feel like sometimes young people get offended when older people trying to tell them what to do with their kids.
And it'll be the way you say it, too. Like, all people don't be having really no filter when it comes to what they say. But I ain't gonna lie, even if they do tell me something, I do go home and I sit back on it like, damn, was they right? You know, I'm an overthinker, so I'm gonna think about that shit when I get home. Like, damn, what should I move different or should I work on this? And I might not ever tell them that they was right, even if I did give them attitude. But
You can give them their little props.
I'm working on that part of me.
For telling me that.
I mean, in that moment, I probably won't. But maybe like a couple months down, I'm like, you know, when you said that stuff and whatever, you really was right.
Yeah.
Like, I'm that type of person. Give your props a couple months down the road, like, girl, yeah, right. Whole time, yeah. But I feel like it's just so many areas of your life that you gotta set boundaries, but you gotta see what works for you. Like, I'm still figuring out how to set boundaries at work and not come off strong, you know, because I am a black woman and I work at a predominantly white job. So it's like I don't want to come off like strong black woman that just gotta stand strong. You know, like I don't even want to come off like that. It's just like I don't know. I feel like boundaries are hard. I am currently in my healing space where I am trying to figure out what boundaries look like to me. And I have somebody that actually has boundaries and stands strong in their boundaries and not mean about it, you know? Like, we all can get attitudes. Shit, I don't have boundaries a lot of time, and I can have a fucked up attitude some days. But it's just like, my whole point of this episode was like, don't put yourself second or make yourself uncomfortable for the sake of somebody else.
Yeah.
Like, or don't put your peace at stake just to like have somebody there. Or, you know, like, because I feel like as women, we do that a lot. Like, people be in relationships or at jobs or around family members, and it's like you want to set a boundary and it affects your peace so much, but you just rather have that person around.
And that's draining as hell. Like, I'm the type of person, if you got to get the fuck away from me. I hate to cuss like that, but it's just kind of like, yeah, you gotta move around. You gotta move around. If you don't like what I'm saying or doing, then just move around. It's that simple.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Put yourself first. And that's just it. Don't be controlling. Try to check in with God when it comes to the controlling part. Because I feel like a lot of people got that in them, but I feel like we all got it. We all got pieces of controlling. But it's like, don't put yourself second and don't put your peace at stake. At stake. Is that the word? Yeah, steak.
Right?
Don't put your peace at stake. Y'all, I'm gonna be honest, this is big rare. We are rare, authentic. Today has been a long day. It has been a very long day. And what time is it, y'all? It's 11 o'clock. It's 11 o'clock and we're sitting here trying to do an episode. And I really want y'all to know, like, getting episodes out is not easy. I'm letting y'all know right now, like, it's not easy. Coming up with the episodes, being creative, it's not easy. So, this is just me. I need y'all to understand that this is me. I'm a little tipsy because the wine is winding me down.
So we saying wind down Wednesday,
Yeah.
wind down Friday.
Yeah. And then I set a boundary today, and that shit was hard for me. I really want y'all to know that shit was hard as fuck. Because I never really set boundaries with this person. So it was really hard for me to do. And I don't want to look like this bad guy. Like, I never want to be the villain.
It's okay to be the villain sometimes, I swear.
I know, but
It's okay.
I'm starting to be, like, trying to start being okay with being a villain in people's story because people gonna tell the story how they
And
want to
you
tell
know
it.
what? Some people be delusional. They gonna go with whatever narrative they want to go with, so that's okay.
As long as you know the
Go
truth.
on with it. That's okay.
Yeah. I need to just quit trying to give a I give a fuck too much. If that's what it gives, right? Right? Or no?
Especially those people from your past. You gotta let them go with whatever delusional narrative they want to go with. Like, go ahead on.
I just don't be wanting to be attached to my character, you know?
The people that know you know.
Yeah. And you know yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Keyword. Yeah.
yeah.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You ain't gotta prove shit to nobody.
Yeah.
The people that know you know your character.
Yeah, I just be one of the people that I would never move like that. That's never my intentions. That'd be my thing. Like, I never want to be this type of person, but I'm too motherfucking nice, and I'm trying to step out of that. I'm not trying to be mean, but I'm not trying to be too nice to where motherfucker think I'm just a doormat. So, we're not being doormats. It's 2023. We're being rare. We're being authentic. This is what y'all getting for the episode this week. Set boundaries. And, yeah, have a good week.
Peace.
Oh, yeah. Wait. Make sure y'all comment on the YouTube video. I'm tired of telling y'all this every week. I gotta talk to y'all like y'all mama. Comment on the damn YouTube video when you watched it. Y'all did y'all thing on that last video when it was my solo one. Y'all did y'all thing. I'm gonna give y'all kudos. I said, damn, y'all was fucking with the picnic vibes.
It was the vibe. It was the
It was
scenery.
a vibe. Yeah. I said, okay, I gotta switch it up more.
You had the cheesecake, the strawberries out there. You had the little sundress.
Sun beaming in on me. Yeah, it was.
Did you have your hair in the clip?
Yeah,
You had it clipped up?
and I had my wine, baby. It was a vibe. It was a vibe.
Yeah.
But yeah, comment on the damn video on YouTube. And then, if you got Apple Podcasts and Spotify, go listen on Spotify. I appreciate you guys, and I love you. Have a good week. Bye. For real this time.